gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. Not the full-blown cast tonight, but we have had some basketball. Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. I am AK, part of the Millie Goats crew. We just released an episode last night. We did some recording last night. We got the brand new Millie Goats hat here, rope hat, classic look. What a day, ladies and gentlemen. What a day. This is one of the greatest days in sports. Can't convince anybody otherwise. This is a day sometimes people will take off work, take off of school. When you used to roll into class whenever you were in the middle school gym or high school gym, and they'd wheel in that TV cart with the TV sitting on it. Had one of my buddies who's a teacher send me something today. It's different nowadays. They had a flat screen plasma thing on the wall. Back in my day, you used to have to wheel a TV in. But anyways, I mean, I was at work today, so I did not watch, a huge amount of the early game. So apologies for, if you're looking for dialed in expert advice, expert analysis of basketball, this and that. Look, man, we know ball. We love ball. We talk ball. Are we basketball savants? No. We're just here to try to laugh and have a good time as best we can. So everybody's tuning in. Thank you. Go check out the new episode. Pretty hilarious story at the beginning. Thank you. Also, we're going to do a bracket update, the challenge that we did. We had over 100. We had almost 150 people that joined. So shout out to everybody who joined our bracket challenge. I mean, what a support system. Like that was, we've never really done anything like that. We've done a few DraftKings DFS things, but not like a public contest where it was cool to see people showing up, sending us messages, getting in there. I guess people they're playing for this hat, basically. We had a couple of sponsors come on. We had fourth quarter performance. They're going to be the gift card where you can go online and get some supplements from one of our guys. And we also, B. McCormick's here. I bet he was absolutely ripping it up with some of the bets today. What's up, my guy? And then we had a late sponsor come in and offer a $100 cash prize. So we got the winner's going to get a $25 gift card to fourth quarter performance, wellness and supplements. This hat, a hat that looks like this that I'm wearing, and I think $75 cash. So hey, I mean, for our first public contest, I mean that's a pretty good deal. You're getting what, $130 worth of stuff there for a free contest. That's not bad. You didn't have to pay anything. All you do is just hang out. Anyways, we'll go over that here in a second. I am your boy. The brackets are busted, ladies and gentlemen. Brackets are absolutely busted. Those of us, we spent probably 20 minutes on this show last night talking about the ACC. Not looking good for the ACC. Let's get right into it. So the first game of the day was that we're just going to go by region. We had the South. Auburn takes care of business. Cinderella run. Alabama State. 2 Chainz out. Sweet nickname. I've got the mascots. I'll update the mascots as we get to the second round. I'll do that shortly. So one of the uniques, the Bees out. Bees done. Bees in the trap. Bees not in the trap. Bees out of the trap. Alabama State done. Didn't watch a whole heck of a lot of that game. Again, I was at work. So everybody kind of figured. Now, the one we did have on at work was Louisville Creighton, so I was catching some bits and pieces. Louisville, who got one of their best shooters back, I'm pretty sure they did a whole hype video for one of their shooters that came back. I can't remember what his name is, but Creighton absolutely throttled them. 9-8. I mean, 9 over the 8. So, quote unquote, upset there. So we got Auburn and Creighton that are going to tee off. But I mean, putting up 89 points for Creighton is. I mean, they got that big dude, big Kalk energy in the middle there, Kalkbrenner or whatever his name is, Kalkbrenner. But what an absolute shellacking that the Blue Jays. I heard that the Toronto Blue Jays, actually tried to sue the Creighton Blue Jays over the mascot, but it turns out that the Creighton Blue Jays were around first, so the Toronto Blue Jays didn't have anything to stand on. So shout out them. But anyways, so we got Auburn and Creighton. When like there we didn't there was I mean today there wasn't really any. So far, there hasn't been any drama. Like, I'm watching the late games right now. I'm watching St. John's and Omaha, and I've got UNC Wilmington, shout out Seahawks, and they're in Texas Tech. And everything's just been kind of ho-hum. Like, the one game that I was tuned in, like the closest game, there were a couple of scares, like Yale versus who did Yale play? Yale was playing Texas A&M, I think. Yale and Texas A&M, I think is who it was. And yeah, they're UCLA and Utah State. UCLA beat the wheels off of them. So we get UCLA, Tennessee. There you go. Tennessee, we'll get to that one. But Texas A&M was playing, Yale. And Yale did cover the 12.5. But Texas A&M gave them a scare. They thought they were going to, and somebody else hit a meaningless three that busted the cover for somebody else from some other team. I can't remember who it was. But they hit a three late that kind of busted that. But I think the story of the day, like once we get to it, we'll go there. But Auburn and Creighton, there you go. Creighton put it on the ACC. Michigan currently up 10 on UC San Diego. That was a trendy 12-5 pick. Not the 12-5 pick everybody thought, but UC San Diego getting their money's worth versus the old versus the old Wolverines. They just started the second half there, and I've got the first half going between Texas Tech and UNCW. So we're gonna turn on that Michigan UC San Diego game. Texas A&M pretty much led the entire game. Yale was a trendy 13/4. People love the way that they play basketball. People love their coach. Dude's been there forever, apparently. So, Texas A&M. SEC does get a win. So we had two SEC teams in the South represent. ACC team gone. And that's pretty much it for the South. You had what, 4 games? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah. So I wouldn't say chalk. I think 55% of the brackets had Louisville. So I love like the first game. It's like you're so hyped for your bracket, man. You're just so hyped for your bracket. You're like, this is the year. It's going to be perfect. No, first game, done. First game, completely done. Absolute trash. Oh, my gosh. The Tritons are on a 9-0 run. Whoo. They've cut the lead to 6. Holy smokes, the Tritons. Get on with your bad self. And I think we've got ourselves a star, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our Jack Golke. We've got our guy from St. Peter's. Can't remember what his name is. It's the dude from Drake. Was it Drake? Blitzen or whatever his name is. He might be this year's guy. So yeah, Texas A&M done. We're waiting to see what happens. UC San Diego, Michigan. Got that game on the TV right now. All right. But yeah, 55% of the brackets had Louisville. So I was one of those brackets that had Louisville. I don't know why. ACC, the numbers got to me. They always do well in the tournament. The ACC does. Over the last 3 years, they have the highest wins over expected win rate. There was a stat by JBR Bracketology. So, anyways, so one of the we talked about this, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldog mascot. Okay, Yale Bulldogs, Georgia Bulldogs. They have the most last year mascots. The Bulldogs did. None of the Bulldogs made it to the Sweet 16. The Yale Bulldogs out. Georgia Bulldogs out. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on the Bulldogs throughout this thing. Gosh, it's just so good to have these games. I mean, just 12 straight hours of basketball, ladies. 12 straight hours. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. We're on a Thursday. We're going to get another whole day of it tomorrow. I haven't laid any bets yet because I just haven't had time. Because we've been trying to round up sponsors for our little event. So we're grinding over here. Go check out the podcast. Okay, Drake Bulldog did get a Bulldog through. They take out Missouri. Missouri Missouri was like number 6 in offense. Like they could put up points, and that's the SEC done. I think the SEC went 2-3 today. Hold on, what's his name? His name is what's his name? Sturts, not Blitz. Sturts, Bennett Sturts. That's right, dude. It starts with him. Sturts the pot. Red Sturts Road. UNC Wilmington's made a comeback. All right, here maybe the late hour is what we needed, ladies and gentlemen. We started a little momentum for these teams. St. John's is routing Omaha right now. So, all right, we got 2 games that are still alive here. Texas Tech, UNCW, UC San Diego, and Michigan. All right, we're cooking here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, UCLA won. All right, that's what we needed. We just needed a little momentum. Okay, all right. Drake, Cinderella story potentially. I mean, so far in the West, we have nothing but upsets. We have an 11 seed and a 10 seed so far. Well, that's going to end because St. John's is weird. They start off slow. That's something apparently they did. Somebody told me that St. John's starts off slow. So we have a chance to get Patino and Calipari, which could just be the greasiest, most Italian matchup you've ever seen. But so Drake, electric fat. They tried to give that thing away late. They let Missouri come back late there. They've got it going. They got it going. Shout out to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs 1-2 right now. The Kansas and Arkansas game. That was the one I had on whenever I was working out. That game sucked. It was close, but holy, Kansas didn't score a field goal. Oh, UNCW just making it rain out here. 3-pointer. Wow, here we go. Can Texas Tech get something here? Little kiss off the glass? Nope. Oh, UNCW is hype. Hype. Love this. Absolutely love it. Okay, this game, Kansas versus Arkansas. The end, like I was watching, it was close back and forth. Arkansas would have 3 minutes and 4 minutes where they wouldn't score a basket. Kansas had 4 minutes at the end of the game. They didn't make a field goal. They were only making free throws. Kansas is the first number 1 seed preseason. Like they were the number 1 team in the country to start the season. And they're the only number 1 team in the country to do that and lose in the first round other than Kansas, who did it in 2005 or 6 or something. So Bill Self and his hair transplants out of here. Hunter Dickinson transfers to Kansas. They finish 5th and 6th in the conference in Kansas. Oh, yeah, here's that. Hold on. Here you go. That's what it was. Kansas becomes the second AP preseason number 1 to lose in the first round of the NCAA men's tournament, joining themselves in 2005. So there you go. So, there you go. Fun fact. But yeah, Hunter Dickinson, 2 terrible turnovers at the end. Just terrible. He looked like Will Levis out there at the end of the game. Just turning the ball over to the other team. But Kansas loses. They're out. They're done. They stink. Arkansas, I don't know what to make of them. I watched a lot of them. I don't know that they do anything particularly well. They have 3 good, really, free throw shooters. They don't know how to inbound the basketball, I'll tell you that. At the end of the game, that was an absolute calamity. Looked like a bunch of fish flopping around on a dock, just out of water. It was outrageous. But anyways, Kansas out, done. So we do get 2 SEC teams that move on so far. And it looks like Arkansas might play St. John's. Patino, Calipari, just greasy meatball. You know who we need in the stands for that game is Danny DeVito and his agent. That's who we need to get on this. That's who we need. Danny DeVito, not Danny. Tommy DeVito. Jeez Louise. Danny DeVito, too. Who cares? Bring them all. So Razorbacks on. But yeah, Hunter Dickinson, Kansas, before he got there, they had won like 18 of 19 Big 12 championships. Hunter Dickinson transfers in. They finished 5th and 6th the 2 years he was there. And Kansas apparently spent a short load of money in NIL to bring in like 3 or 4 players, and this is what they get first round. New age athlete, man. You get that money, it doesn't mean as much to you. That's the problem with, I wouldn't say the problem, but an issue with paying these guys. Like, you can justify, like, yeah, they deserve to be paid, but let's not make no mistake about it. Once you get paid, the whole allure of playing college sports is, you get your education paid for, and then you try to win a championship. Like, that was the top goal, was to win a championship, get a ring. Now money's involved, and so is winning a championship and getting a ring at the top anymore? I don't know. So money can't buy a championship, as Kansas has found out. There was a stat that, and Calipari's wife and his daughter were going absolutely insane in the crowd. But there was a stat that it was something to do with Kentucky and Calipari, about how he's already got wins from like 2020 to 2024 in the tournament for Kentucky was 1. And already at Arkansas, he has 1 and counting. I think that was from an Arkansas account. So anyways, yeah, St. John's is going to win this thing. This one's over. Anyways, I was just watching that Kansas. That was the one I was watching whenever I was working out, and that was the one I had my eyes on the most. But anyways, we move to the Midwest. Terriers, which is kind of miniature bulldog, out. Wofford there was a couple of, they were doing this thing on the PGA app where they were asking golfers if they knew all the mascots, and Wofford got buried. Andrew Novak, shout out Andrew Novak, guest of the show, friend of the show. I'm going to have him on soon to talk Panthers football, since our buddy signed there. Sam Martin. He was able to nail all of them 10 out of 10. He knows ball. A lot of golfers don't know ball. So they didn't know who the Wofford Terriers were. So some of you golfers got to come on the show, and we'll help. We'll just do a mascot off. That's what we'll do. Tennessee looked really athletic. Tennessee's always so damn big, except for that Ziegler guy. But he ended up becoming the all-time assist leader. So there you go. So we get Tennessee, UCLA. Just going to be a classic color matchup. This is a good. They should do this. They should play this game on Easter. Utah State was a hot upset pick, and they got beat to just bent over on somebody's knee and spanked. But this one right here is a good pastel, UCLA versus Tennessee. That should be an Easter matchup. That's what we'll call that one. In the Midwest, also, High Point. They had the nation's longest winning streak. I thought that they would beat Purdue because Purdue stinks. Maybe it was Wofford that didn't cover, or that did cover. They hit that late 3. Somebody hit a late 3. Purdue wins by 12 over High Point. I didn't watch any of this game, again, because I was at work, so I have nothing else to say on that other than I don't know what to make of Purdue. I don't trust them, so I always pick against them. Oh, they've already got the line out. They got Purdue minus 6.5. Oh my gosh, Purdue, McNeese State minus Purdue's 6.5. Absolutely not. Don't trust Purdue. Don't trust Purdue. I don't. If you're a Purdue fan listening to this, I'm sorry. 7 out of the last 8 years or whatever it is, you lose to a double-digit seed. That's what happens. It's gonna happen. So McNeese. So sorry. I know they got that one good player, Purdue does, but High Point, beautiful campus, long winning streak, but it's over. Good fight though. This game right here, every time you'll see in a second. I had Clemson in the Final Four. Okay, because they're playing McNeese. Then I thought Purdue was going to lose, and I'm like, oh, that's you're talking about Clemson who beat Duke. It's defensive masterminds. Well, it turns out you also have to play freaking offense in basketball and make shots, which Clemson the Fighting Will Wade's coming out with the dad blame speaker. Oh, 3 ball for UC San Diego. McNeese State with their equipment manager. He's got the boom box, like, the 49ers coming out there. Just absolute swagger. I think Will Wade was a Clemson alum, or not alum, but I think he was an assistant or a coach there or something. So this revenge game, why didn't we think of that? Hang 69 on them. They were up at one point before I left work. They were up 22. Clemson had 16 points. How do you get to the tournament? UC San Diego is just ripping 3-pointers right now. Just ripping them. Just firing 3-pointers all over this is what March Madness is all about. Oh, and then they're getting boards. They keep getting offensive boards. They were whipping Michigan up at they've taken 22 3-pointers. Shout out UC San Diego. What a fun team. But anyways, Clemson, 16 points in the first half. I think that was the lowest ever. I think I bookmarked it from JBR Bracketology. Not to be outdone by Georgia, who stinks, but Clemson. What the hell was that? I mean, shout out McNeese State. We love seeing a Cinderella story. I mean, McNeese State's got a real shot at making the Sweet 16. The line moved. Did you see that? The line moved from 6.5 to 5.5. So people are just piling on McNeese State. Love that. I got to get a parlay together for tomorrow or maybe even Saturday. I got to do it. I just haven't had time. But Clemson just wrecked my bracket. Wrecked my bracket. What an embarrassment. I mean, talk about football schools. Jeez Louise. There's somebody who was bragging that Clemson made the only team to make the playoff, or one of the only 3 teams or whatever to make the playoff and the tournament or something. I don't know. Clemson fans, get out of here. That was embarrassing. Now, they did make a comeback because they were down to 22 at one point. They were down by more points than they actually had, which is pathetic. Shout out McNeese State. Georgia. You look up, Georgia's getting beat 28-2 or 3. Look like a dad blame football score. I mean, are we shocked about this? Another Bulldog, done. Are we shocked about, people are saying that Gonzaga was severely underranked, underseeded, and Houston's going to be in trouble here. Houston's going to be in trouble. They're a trendy pick, but, Houston's favored by 5.5 there too. So those are fun games. But Gonzaga, again, I didn't watch a lot of this game. I was just keeping up with the score. I mean, I just saw that Georgia had 3 points. I mean, that was terrible. They were down by more points than the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl. That's impossible for a basketball game. SEC. What was hilarious is the Drake fans were chanting SEC overrated. Overrated. It was incredible. And then Houston, Houston could have won this game without even playing in the second half. They had 56 points by halftime. So they could have won by double digits, 56-40, if they didn't even play. They didn't have to play. If they didn't score, I should say. So, but SIUE, see your way out. Get out of here. So that should be the Houston Gonzaga should be fun. That should be really fun. So everybody's riding with McNeese, though. Shout out McNeese. All right, let's go up here to the East. BYU, these 2 games I didn't see at all. I think I picked VCU, though. Wisconsin, never a doubt. So we do get a true 3-6. So this side of the bracket's almost chalk with the exception of McNeese State. So, but if you're a BYU fan and a Wisconsin fan watching this, I apologize. This should be Wisconsin favored by 1.5. People love BYU. They run and gun it. They just chuck it up. They do all kinds of stuff. But I don't know. Wisconsin's playing good basketball right now, from what I've seen. So the Rams are out. The Grizzlies are out. We got a Badger. We got a Cougar. Another Cougar. Our Cougars might be the okay. We got another Bulldog that won. So we have 2 Bulldogs so far that won and 2 Bulldogs that lost. So we didn't have any Bulldogs in the Sweet 16. So that was Bulldog on Bulldog crime right there. So the Hunger Games, that thing. But BYU putting it up. So we got BYU, Wisconsin. All right. And I can't wait. Duke's favored by 32.5. That's incredible. So Mississippi State, another Bulldog there. See if they can right the ship here. Trying to look for the other Bulldogs here. Any other Bulldogs up in here? Bryant's a Bulldog. I think Lipscomb might have been. So, anyways. All right, let's take a look at this. Here's the brackets, guys. All right. This is I stink. At one point, stink. I mean, Grinch me, dude. Stink, stank, stunk. 21%, 70 points. Still 1,700 max. I'll take that. I will take that. Clemson absolutely bodied me. My son. Oh, my son. There we go. Let's go. So let's take a look at this bracket challenge that we created, which we had 143 people in. Thank you to everybody. And I'm not entirely sure who everybody is just yet. I told you that if you're actually watching this or listening to this, send me a DM on Twitter or send me some sort of message somewhere so I know who you are, because there's a lot of people in here. But we got Matty Ice with 120. Woo! I'm telling you right now. 1910, 99.9%. I mean, get cooking there. C Money. I mean, we got a lot of people up here that know some ball. I mean, look at this. All right. 110 seems to be 110, 120. There we go. J-Vi's up there. Let's go. Tex is up there. There's our boys. There's our boys representing. I wish they would have let me put a picture for our group. This is going to be fun to give somebody this is I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but this is really cool that a lot of people joined into this, and I can't wait to give whoever it is the hat. Looks like this. I'm getting it. It's going to be ready to go. It'll be shipped, but man, that's just cool. That's just really cool that somebody's going to win this thing and get one of our hats. We're just in here to have fun. We want to laugh, guys. But there's J-Vi and Tex right there, back to back, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Well, J-Vi is kind of dead in the water because I think he had Clemson going all the way to the finals. Tex, though, let's go. I know now some of these people I do know just by their names and stuff. Let's see page 2. There, 70 points. You got to be kidding me. Do I know ball? I might get thrown off the show for not knowing enough ball. All right, here we go. Got a lot of people here. A lot of Gators in here. A lot of Gators. Texas Tech, love that. Be different. St. John's, here we go. I know who that is. There's Butch P with 90. Not too far back. Got the 1860 there. I mean, we got 5 pages worth of this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We got a Michigan in there. I love that. Clemson. Oh, Edge. Edge from the show. Already X. Done. Wow. Love this. I mean, we're only 90 points here. That's not bad. So, there's Country Roads Take Mahomes. Got Updog Sports in here. Shout out them. Always a great supporter. Love this. Swaggy P also. Man, we got a UNC in here. Are you kidding me? I love that. Iowa State. God, I love seeing everybody's picks. We got a Gonzaga Bulldog. There we go. A lot of Duke, a lot of Florida, a lot of St. John. Dylon from the show. I forgot he picked Louisville. B. McCormick says, just take Auburn and call it. That's what I'm talking about. Dylon. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. I'm back here. I'm back. I'm rising. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. Here we go. We got a Sparty up in here. Look, we're going to try to do some more stuff like this because this is great. I love just having everybody having a good time. This is great. I love seeing people just get together for a good cause. It's spectacular. I'm going to get myself off that 5th page. I'll tell you that right now. That's embarrassing. I didn't see my wife's in here somewhere. I don't know where she's at, but she's in here somewhere. She's probably up here. She always figures out a way to just absolutely roast these brackets. So we'll find her. But what a great time, everybody. What a great time. Oh, there she is. She's got 90. There she is. She's got 90. Well, I appreciate everybody jumping in this. This is great. We've been on here for about 30 minutes. We don't need to so we've got Drake is headed to the second round. There we go. Perfect brackets. That's what I wanted to see. 0.23% perfect brackets. I think there's 13, well, I guess almost 13 picks still left. Yeah, St. John's winning that thing. So, love to see it. Love to see it. Let's refresh this, see if they give us any update on the perfect brackets, because I love seeing that. There's the bracket. 0.1377. Wow. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Gotta love it. So, well, everybody, I got nothing left. What I do want to do is put our socials up here, because, if you're tuning in late or if you watch this whole thing, we appreciate it. We appreciate all the support, all the contests. We're going to try to do stuff where we can get people more involved. You know what I mean? It's just, we're working hard. We love doing this. We love talking ball. We're not basketball experts. People are going to get on here and be like, you guys pick this and that. We never claim to be experts. Who cares? We basically, the whole point of our show is we want to make picks so that on the show we can roast each other. That's what it's all about. Now, if you want expert, like, people that go follow this guy, him, Game On, Sports, Cricket, all those guys. But us, we'd rather have somebody be like, we're already going back and forth in the group chat about Dylon picking Louisville, and I mean, two of our brackets are already done. So we better hope Duke doesn't lose. That'd be a disaster. But hey. Perfect then. Probably gonna be back tomorrow night. Let's do this thing again. Why not? Appreciate everybody tuning in. Go check out the new podcast, and we'll get to cooking. Have a good weekend. See you tomorrow.